If you're over 50, you've probably noticed that something's, well, different about your sleep. That deep, easy rest you used to just fall into, it might feel like a distant memory now. And I'm here to tell you, you are not imagining it. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why that's happening, and more importantly, what we can do about it. You know, sometimes the simplest statements are the truthest. Sleep just becomes harder. The ability to fall asleep and actually stay asleep, something we barely even thought about in our 20s or 30s, can suddenly feel like this huge nightly challenge. I'm willing to bet that some of these sound really familiar. That waking up at 3 a.m. and just staring at the ceiling, or tossing and turning for what feels like hours, just waiting for sleep to finally arrive. And maybe the most frustrating one of all, you get a full 8 hours in bed, but you still wake up feeling completely exhausted. If any of this is you, please know you are absolutely not alone. This is an incredibly common experience. Okay, so let's start with the most important thing I want you to take away from this. This is not your fault. This isn't some personal failure. What's happening is a natural, predictable shift that your body is designed to go through. And to really understand it, we need to start with the main control center for sleep, your brain. So, let's talk about your brain's new rhythm. Imagine for a second that there's a kind of sleep switch inside your head. For years, that switch worked perfectly, right? But as we get older, it doesn't get weaker. It just starts to operate a little differently. And understanding that change is the key to everything. This really gets to the heart of why so many of us suddenly become light sleepers. The system in our brain that handles sleep just becomes less sensitive. What does that mean in real life? Well, it means it takes your body longer to build up that deep, sleepy feeling. And when you finally do drift off, your sleep is lighter, it's more fragile. Suddenly, that car door slamming down the street or the floorboards creaking, things you never would have noticed before, are enough to jolt you right awake. And this analogy just illustrates it perfectly. When you were younger, falling asleep was like flipping a light switch, click, and you were out. But now it's a lot more like using a dimmer switch. It's this slow, gradual fade into sleep, which, just leaves a lot more opportunities for things to disturb you along the way. And here's the crucial part, the real consequence of all this. Because your sleep is lighter and more easily broken, you end up spending less time in that deep, restorative stage of sleep. That's the phase where your brain clears out all the junk and your body does most of its serious repair work. It's the real reason you can be in bed for 8 solid hours and still wake up feeling like you haven't slept a wink. But it's not just about the brain's wiring. The changes are chemical too. The hormones that race around our body acting as little messengers, well, they start sending some very different signals at night, and this has a massive impact on our rest. This chart shows the two main culprits in this hormonal shift. First up, you've got melatonin. That's the get sleepy hormone. Your body just naturally starts producing less of it as you age. Then there's cortisol, the stress hormone. It's supposed to be at its lowest point at night, but instead it can actually spike. And that leaves you with that awful feeling of being physically exhausted, but your mind is just wide awake and racing. And on top of all these chemical changes, your body's physical signals just seem to get turned up to 11. That little bit of joint pain or maybe a stiff shoulder or some acid reflux, things you probably would have just slept right through before, are now amplified. They're loud enough to break through that lighter state of sleep and pull you right out of it. And then we get to the third piece of this puzzle, something I think we can all relate to, the mind that just will not switch off. Why is it that the second your head hits that pillow, it feels like every single worry from the day comes rushing in? Well, it's because during the day, we're constantly distracted, right? We're busy, we're working, we're running around. But at night, in the quiet and the dark, our brain finally gets a chance to process everything. And that's when worries about our family, our health, or our finances can suddenly feel absolutely huge and incredibly urgent. This isn't just you. It's a fundamental part of this whole sleep puzzle. And I really want you to hear this. Lying awake with your thoughts racing isn't a sign of weakness. It's your brain trying to sort through a lifetime of experiences, responsibilities, and emotions. It is, quite simply, emotional overload. So, we understand the why. We get the changes in our brain, our hormones, and our mind. Now, for the most important part. What can we actually do about it? And the good news is, we don't need drastic, complicated measures. We just need some gentle habits that support our body's new reality. Now, as you can see, none of these are really drastic fixes, are they? They're all about sending clear, consistent, gentle signals to your body. A consistent schedule tells your internal clock, hey, it's time to start preparing for rest. A cool, dark room helps remove all that external noise that can so easily wake you up now. And a short walk in the evening? That's not about a hard workout. It's just a simple, physical signal to your mind and your body that the day is officially done. You know, after everything we've talked about, it's so easy to think that the goal is to somehow fight our way back to the sleep we had in our 20s. But what if? What if we've been aiming for the wrong target this whole time? And this, right here, is maybe the most important takeaway of all. The goal can't be perfect, uninterrupted, 8-hour sleep anymore. That's just a recipe for frustration. The new goal, the much kinder and more achievable goal, is peaceful rest. It's about accepting that your sleep has changed and focusing on making the rest you do get as calm and as restorative as it can possibly be. So the final message is really just this: be kind to yourself. Your body isn't broken, it's just adapting. And by understanding these natural changes, you can finally start working with your body instead of against it. Your goal isn't to sleep like you're 20, it's to find the peaceful rest you deserve, right here, right now. Thanks for joining me for this